Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We've got a red IPA from Banks Brewing out of Seaford in Victoria, Australia. This is known as Red Lines. It is at 7%. It's got red IPA hopped with Simcoe, Vic Secret, Centennial, and Citra. Big chewy malt backbone with resinous pine dominated hop profile. Hello. Sounds like my sort of jam. So a very simple but effective can artwork. I've just knocked off work for the day and I was pretty keen for a beer or two. So yeah, my first beer for the day, and yeah, it's going to be a red IPA review. I've got my proper glassware. This one's got the Banks skeleton on it with the hat. Pretty cool. Cheers to the chat. We've got Stewie, Anderson, and Susie. Good to see you. Hope all is well. It's only like mid-afternoon here. I was thinking about maybe doing a hangout. So if anyone's keen for a couple of drinks and a bit of a chat, sing out because I might go live. So red IPA, especially when West Coast leaning, I really enjoy them. Same with a black IPA. I think these styles are trendy again in Australia. I've noticed anything really hoppy is like on trend here again. People are starting to get a bit over hazes. So it's got like a probably a 4 to 5 finger foamy head. I'd say off-white. It's not quite white. It's got a little colour to it. The body, it might be hard to tell in the camera, but it's like a dark amber. It's definitely got a reddish tinge to it. In my camera, it looks like it's brown. But yeah, with the light on it, it's definitely got some redness. I would say probably medium body, light carbonation, and a slightly cloudy. It's fairly clean, but yeah, let's go with. And cheers to Daniel. I'll bring up the chats first. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Yeah, cheers, bro. So now that I've just started a live review, the dogs are really active and going to annoy the shit out of me. Coolio. So let's have a whiff, shall we? I can already smell it anyway, just talking and sitting in front of my nose. So you like huge caramel toffee. I would say biscuity as well, even some white bread. But the toffee's huge, like an Irish red ale sort of toffee. It's definitely piney, resinous, almost like weedy vibes, like dank. You're getting some citrus as well, maybe like grapefruit and orange. It's definitely going to be a red IPA that's right down my alley. I love this type of beer. It smells like it's going to have some bitterness to it. But yeah, I'm guessing it's probably going to be fairly sweet up front and then like dry, dank, and bitter on the finish. Yeah, Banks are one of my favourite breweries from my state. It's just a shame that they're still so like they're in my state, but it's about a 5 hour journey from where I live. If I lived on the other side of Melbourne, I'd be there all the time. Anyway, let's get into it. Cheers, boys and girls. Ooh, that is splendid. This might be another beer I might have to get another one of because this will be right down Adam from Mersey Beers' territory. And he's coming out to Australia in a few months. Yeah, I think you said that yesterday, Stewie. It was recently you said it anyway, and I said how Adam had him in Liverpool recently as well. There's like, isn't there an equivalent like in the UK? It might be more English though. I don't know. Like you in England, you tend to get some different foods. You do get some stuff the same, but pretty sure there's something pretty similar in England. Was it just the standard Tim Tam? Because there's a heap of flavours near. Cheers, Yeti. We'll catch up soon, brother. Hope you're going well on the tour. Yeah, I think that's what I've heard people say. Tim Tams and Penguins are pretty similar. Chocolate, yeah. If it's just the original, it'd be just normal chocolate. But now they have all these variants of Tim Tams. I haven't had a Tim Tam for years, I reckon. I'm not really a biscuit person. If I go to a supermarket and I want something to snack on, I tend to go more for like I love chocolate, but yeah, if I'm gonna go sort of something, I might go something more savoury, like I don't know, a bag of chips, or even like I might even go more for like a meat sort of snack, cabana or Twiggy sticks. We have these biscuits in Australia called shapes, and they're just like a light cracker sort of thing, but they've got seasoning on them, and there's all these different flavors. They're sort of like an Aussie icon. Arnott shapes, barbecue shapes are the original, and now there's like so many different flavors. There's even a Vegemite one. Oh, this beer is fucking delicious. Very resinous. You can tell it's got some old school like Westy hops in it, which is good. No, we don't. Cheers, Chris. Good to see you, brother. What kind of flavors is in the Arnott shapes or the Tim Tams? Tim Tams are like a chocolate biscuit that people have with like their coffee or their tea, and sort of like a, I don't know how you describe it. It's got like a hard center, chocolate on the outside, but then sort of like softer biscuit in the middle, in the inside. And then they've got all these variations like mint and orange and like hazelnut and all that sort of stuff. Aren't it shapes? They're more of like a savory cracker sort of thing. And they've got like flavors like cheese and bacon, chicken, cheddar cheese, yeah, barbecue. Like they're even now doing things like meat pie, Vegemite, um, bangers and bangers and mash, like all these random flavors to try and make them like Australian themed. They're the sort of snack you'll quite often see teenagers get into, and they'll end up like they'll just start eating the box, and then next minute the whole box is gone. It's normally in a box. It's probably, I don't know, about as big as your head, sort of thing. You open up the box, and then it's got the like the foil on the inside, and all the biscuits with the seasoning on them. They always claim that it's the biscuit where you can, the seasoning that you can see. So barbecue shapes, it's all these little sprinkles of red and green stuff. It's probably like paprika and capsicum and stuff like that. What you guys call bell pepper. Nah, that's definitely a more of a thing where you guys are. You don't really see that sort of thing in Australia. When it comes to snacking when with beers, yeah, I'll normally go for like, yeah, like potato chips, as in crisps, whatever everyone calls them. We've all got different names for this sort of shit. Shapes are, yeah, aren't it, shapes are good with a drink, or even like cheese and bickies, or yeah, as I said, if you can get some sort of like, even like salami, something like that. Yeah, boy. Yeah, we definitely have the like the salted peanuts and all that sort of stuff. You'll have them sitting on bars, so people get stuck into them, and then makes them want to drink more. But because the cost of living, like nuts, are so expensive now, you don't see it these days. Roasted salted nuts. That beer is outstanding, and I want another one, and I don't have. Damn it! I've got this brilliant chocolate bourbon barrel aged stout that's going to be outstanding, and it's called Fat Bunny, and it's an Easter stout, and I really, really want to drink it, but I thought I've got to hold off and drink it for Easter. But the old head just hangs around. Hasn't really changed much as it's warmed. It's still like rad beer, has all the same characters now as what it did when I first poured it. It's quite like a fairly smooth mouthfeel. Hmm. It's definitely one of those beers where I wish I had more. Sometimes when you buy through the brewery and their beers are quite pricey, you just want to try everything they've got on offer, and you'll be like, fuck it, I'll just get one can or maybe two of a couple of them. And there was a beer there called Cake Eater, which is one of their most popular beers, and it's always awesome. So I was like, fuck it, I'll get a 4 pack of that. And then I just got singles of all these others. But yeah, I could have nearly got a 4 pack of this. It's that good. I don't have any BBs at the moment. Actually, I do have. I've got six beers from a craft brewery that are only like lighter beers. I just wanted to see what they tasted like. So if I end up doing a hangout or something this afternoon, I might get into them. Or I can always go a whiskey. Cheers, Chris. You're dead to me too, brother. Thanks for chiming in, mate. Yeah, it sort of sucks with my work time schedule now. I feel like I can't catch up with people like I used to. All the beer shows now are on when I'm at work, which is very annoying. I don't want to fall out of touch with the beer community. As in this sort of beer, you'll never get it. Not unless you come to Australia yourself or you have someone that goes over to where you are. It's just too costly these days. Breweries don't want to bother sending stuff to other countries across the world. Because not only do you don't make any profit because of distribution costs now, but by the time it'll get to the other side of the world, you lose freshness, so the quality's not as good. That's why you hardly see any Australian craft beer in other countries. If they are in other countries, it's normally somewhere a lot closer, like Hong Kong or somewhere like that. What am I going to have for dinner tonight? I'm thinking maybe pasta. Yeah, I love the fact that so many people out there think Australian beer is like shit, and that like all we have is like Fosters and that. It's sort of funny because like if they come here, they'd know that our beer's just as good as anywhere else. Pie, beans, and chips. I do have some meat pies in the fridge. I do have actually no, I don't have beans and I don't have chips. Yes. I reckon I might do another review after this one. I probably won't do a hangout because I just don't think there'll be many people around. But I reckon I might do a review. I have one more week of work and then I have a week off. I cannot wait. Well, it's more than a week if you count the weekends. I have off, what is it, Good Friday through till Anzac Day. So it's a good stint. It's like, yeah, it'll be Friday next week I have off. And then obviously the weekend. So that's 3 days. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then the weekend. So I have 9 days off in a row. I mean, it's only actually it might be 10 days. I don't know. What can I go next? On the red lines, it looks like it's like a notepad, and it's like I want to write down some stuff on there. But yeah, very West Coast leaning, which is good. As I said, it's got Simcoe, Vic Secret, Centennial, and Citra. So yeah, it's sort of like sticky and chewy. And yeah, like caramel, huge caramel toffee backbone, like bready, biscuity. The pine's massive, which is good. It's exactly what I want. It's got slight cannabis vibes. It's resinous. It's dank. It's probably not as bitter as I thought it might be, but it's still, I would say, moderate bitterness. And yeah, like citrusy. Hmm. Yeah, I'd probably say I'm going to say a 4.5. It's pretty damn good. I had Mountain Culture's Double Red IPA recently, and I think I give that a similar score. This is, yeah, very similar to that. I wouldn't be surprised if this is somewhat modelled on that, just not as big in ABV. Because Chris from Banks is friends with DJ from Mountain Culture, so he definitely draws some inspiration when it comes to certain styles. And yeah, I had a red from DJ recently, but it wasn't. It was a different one. It was an Irish inspired one, which was all right, but it wasn't as good as this or as good as the double red. So yeah, I think 4.5 is a good score for this bad boy. So on that note, I might do another review after this, so you'll see me soon. So yeah, if you like your West Coast leaning red IPAs and you know where Banks are and can get their stuff, I would highly recommend. Very, very good beer. So yeah, I'm out of here. I'm going to check the fridge and see what else is available and do another review. Cheers, peeps. Back again soon.